Good evening, movers. Hello. If you're wondering what we are doing, we are Soul Buggin, and we are recording a podcast for Leftlion, which I do with them each month, called Night Creatures, where basically I interview a promoter in Nottingham, and we talk about the stories around Knots, their journey, their origins, and everything else. And we're up to episode 8 now, so it's just nice and timely that we're finally going to do a Soul Buggin one. Really rare. We are live in Movers on a Saturday just before our Soul Buggin party, which we haven't done before. We're not normally down here this early, but it's good to be here. It's very rare that all four of us are here. Righty, Elmo, Mark, myself, all good. First of all, how you all doing anyway? You good?
I'm a bit tired. I went out last night.
Out.
But I'm all right. I've got a small glass of wine now, so that's gradually reviving me.
Is that mine or yours?
Don't stop nicking my wine. How are you, Mark?
I'm good. A little bit tired. Travelling over from Wales, but all good. Ready for this?
Good stuff.
How are you?
I'm fine apart from my knee, which is hurting like crazy, but, waiting for an operation. But, surviving, keeping going.
Good stuff. Okay, so I was thinking about the things I want to talk about today. Normally on these episodes, I speak to a promoter, we talk about our origins, how they got into promoting, DJ and all the rest of it. But we covered a lot of ground in our documentary that came out 2024, I think it was. So I don't want to go over loads of old ground, but one thing I am interested in, because we all grew up in different parts of the country, different times, is our own origins before we got into promoting, DJing, all that stuff. I want to know what the first nights you were going to, the first DJs you were seeing that gave you the sort of the buzz of thinking, right, I'm having a bit of this. So I don't know who wants to start. Elmo, maybe? Do you want to?
I can start, yeah.
Because you grew up in Dorset, right?
Yeah, there were not. Yeah, we didn't really have any proper clubs in Dorset. We had a really small one near my hometown, near the beach, which just played chart music. So that was the sort of place you went back to because there's nowhere else to go. It wasn't really till I moved when I went to university, and I went to Sheffield, and I just obviously threw myself into going out because that's what you do at uni. So I went to places like Republic that had Gatecrasher and that kind of stuff, although I didn't really like Gatecrasher. I used to go to the other stuff on the weeknights. Yeah. And Bed and places like that I think, I'm not even sure that neither of them are there anymore.
No, they're not. I used to play at Bed.
Yeah. And also places like Leadmill and Corporation, which were more like alternative and punk scene and that kind of stuff. And then I used to go to something called the Tuesday Club at the Union, which was drum and bass. So I was still like going to a lot of different things and into a lot of different music. And then obviously that unfolded a bit more when I came to Nottingham.
What sort of years are we talking?
So that would have been 2000 to 2003-ish when I was in Sheffield. And then, moved here and discovered a lot more. But I just started DJing then, so then I think I was looking for... I was being a bit more connoisseur than I was in Sheffield. Sheffield, I was just going out with my mates sort of thing, whereas here I then started tracking down music that I liked and the vibes that I liked, and that's when I found Basement Boogaloo and met you guys, and the rest is history after that, isn't it?
Because you are the youngest of our crew.
Yes.
What sort of particular DJs were you seeing around those years that were sort of leaving an impression on you?
In Sheffield?
Or Nottingham, or when you first started going out?
Do you know what? I think when I was in Sheffield, I really wasn't paying that much attention to like the big DJs. But there were more like the smaller ones that I heard in the bars that I was more into from a music perspective. But they're not they weren't big names so much. I mean, I was going to stuff like Creamfield, where there were all kinds of DJs there, but not DJs that I would necessarily be into now.
Paul Van Dyke.
Yeah, no.
Transcots.
Yeah. I went for the vibes, man, the vibes. So it's not like till I came here and then like really got into looking for who I wanted to listen to and all the DJs that, like Boogaloo had loads of great DJs, didn't they? And like they introduced me to loads of people, and then obviously Soul Buggin from that.
So I think it was around the Basement Boogaloo years I sort of met you, early noughties, sort of mid to noughties.
Yeah, it was about 2003.
I mean, the Basement Boogaloo nights left a big impression on me, but you're saying that they were quite pivotal to your sort of clubbing education, going out, seeing different nights?
Yeah, that's when I like really started to like enjoy the music. I wasn't just sort of there to have a good time with my mates. I was like being a bit more focused on what I wanted to listen to in my night out, like the soundtrack being more important, I think, and also bringing up my sort of human Shazam abilities so that I could sort of ID tracks a bit quicker and quicker, and then I could go and buy them on vinyl and stuff. How about you? What was your
I don't know. I mean, the first sort of nights I went to, looking back, a bit tragic now, under 18 raves at school. I was about 15 years old. I was hanging around with kids that weren't really into like rave stuff. And in Peterborough, where I grew up, they have these under 18 raves, and they'd have DJs like Seduction, Slipmat, Psy, these guys. And we're basically cosplay as ravers. Go with whistles, gloves, and all this sort of stuff. It's really tragic. But yeah, I mean, as I got older, I started going to like the super clubs. Like I went to Cream, Ministry of Sound, stuff like that. But it wasn't until I went to Giles Peterson's and James Lavelle's Bar Rumba night. That's How It Is in London, West End. Every Monday I used to go for like over a decade or so. I only went to a couple of them, but they were just like, wow, that was the first time I thought, actually, this is for me. Mixing up different styles of music. I mean, the guests they would have on there, everyone from like Peter Kruder to Matthew Herbert to absolutely everybody. And they were like really formative for me. Yeah, and basically gave me the buzz, really. Yeah, that was it. I mean, right, you're a bit older than me, but I mean...
Just a little, yeah.
I mean, what years were you sort of first going out to clubs?
I'm really... early 80s. 15, 16 years old, I was going to under 18s those the Whiskey A Go-Go, which became the WAG Club, which I also spent a lot of time down there as well. But probably really clubbing was 83. Used to go to a night at Bogart's in South Harrow. Used to go there a lot. There's a DJ called Chris Paul, who's a really good soul DJ. And then saw Martin Collins play there and Robbie Vincent as well, so they were really good. And it was like listening to a lot of pirate radio stations was getting me into the music, and then finding out places to go. So eventually like heading up to the WAG Club or Electric Ballroom in Camden, Dingwalls. So not just on the Sunday for Giles, just one. There were so many good nights on there.
These are legendary places like Electric Ballroom, Dingwalls, the WAG Club. I've heard about these places, but obviously far too young to go. I mean, yeah, DJs wise, you mentioned Robbie Vincent, who's like name-checked a lot of people.
Yeah, I used to see him occasionally, but used to go and see like Jeff Young if I could. But then Bob Jones, Norman J, Giles were the big ones for me. If they were playing, I was there. So, and then it expanded into other people. So, I saw Simon Dunbar when he was a soul DJ.
Ah, yes, yeah.
Back before his Defected days. Really good DJ was, and like Dean Thatcher early on, Glenn Gunner. These were all like local DJs to me, so it was really good. It was quite an exciting scene.
What years were you sort of starting to toy with the idea of like DJing and thinking, right, I'm gonna have a go at this? Or
weirdly, I started at school. As a mate at school called Malcolm, and he used to DJ everyone's parties, but he was into heavy metal, so he had heavy metal on pop, and if he wanted anyone to play more soul stuff, he just asked me to come along and play, and I really enjoyed it. And then just found that every time I went round someone's house, I was just going through their record collection and putting things on, so I think about 83 I started, and then started at a bar in Watford, which was good.
Cool. So Mark, you are the oldest of our crew.
Thanks for that.
You're originally from Derby. I guess,
Derby born and bred, yeah.
So,
dare I say that in here?
So I guess you were going out around Derby and stuff. What was it like when you were going out, sort of, what years?
It's probably similar to Righty. I mean, 83, 84 or something like that would always be the blue note for me when Colin was playing there, Colin Curtis.
Did he come to Derby?
Colin used to come and play. He used to do a Sunday night afternoon session there. That's where I know Osborne from, and a few other lads. Obviously Devon Daly, and then we'd come over to the Palais over here where Colin and Jonathan used to do their all days, or would travel to Birmingham Powerhouse for the all days over there. And then that was sort of mid-80s, and then after that I was friends with a lot of people in Derby who were DJing, obviously Simon Baseline Smith, Devon, and other people along the lines of that. And we started going to... We got to Manchester late 80s, to the Hacienda and Conspiracy. Conspiracy was always darker and a little bit heavier in a nice way. We'd go down to London for Troubles Nights in Camden on a Wednesday night, so madly we'd go from Derby to London to see Trouble. Midweek Wednesday nights, and either drive back or stay at one of the lads that got a place in Walthamstow, so we'd probably stay there and drive back. And then that was when I was obviously collecting, and then probably late 88, 89 I probably got set of turntables and a crappy mixer at home, and then started DJing out from there. Where obviously the rave scene hit 90, 91, and I was travelling a lot with Simon, going all over the place, so Perception gigs down to Stearns in Hastings, down up to Street Rave in Ayr or Edinburgh. I can remember one night we went to Norwich for the first set, drove to Edinburgh for the last set at Street Rave, or would go to Ayr Pavilion on a Sunday with Alistair Whitehead and then drive back to Birmingham Rag Market. Mad days, mate. Mad days.
That's a lot of travelling.
Huge amount.
I mean, those years there was a lot going on, wasn't there? Like every weekend and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you go to many sort of like illegal stuff or illegal pies?
Right, he's nodding.
Right, he's nodding.
Well, yeah, we used to go to them before rave started. There used to be like stuff. We used to breeze in the trees. We used to, like, anyone who had a generator, we'd go out like to some wooded area and like dance. So it started off as sort of like just soul, electro, boogie type stuff. Probably about 84, 85, and then warehouse parties. If there was a warehouse party, we'd be going there because we were going to clubs as well. But about this time, you really had to look out clubs. It wasn't easy to find clubs because most clubs were. You had to wear a collar and a pair of trousers and a pair of shoes to get in. It was hard to get into these clubs, and the music was generally awful, apart from like an hour. And there'd be one good DJ playing, and you'd be like, yeah, we'll actually dance for that, and leave. And you'd have to travel everywhere to go there. So even though I lived in London, it was still like, right, I have to go up to London, or I'm going to South London, or I'm going out to Chalfont and St Peters, or I'm going over to Watford or St Albans for these things. But yeah, acid house parties, the M25, done all that. So yeah, it was a lot of driving, it was a lot of fun, and it was very tiring. And how I kept my job, I have no idea.
I mean, it's kind of mad because we've been doing Soul Buggin for 20 plus years here, but none of us are from Nottingham. We're all from different parts of the country.
Yep.
Now, Mark, obviously you travel over, but like Elmo, you came here because of like university, wasn't it? Was that right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And I guess it was like work or something.
No, I was uni as well.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Know that.
I worked when I left school and then got made redundant, and I decided I was going to go to university, so I come up here to Nottingham, and then I didn't finish university. I got really ill, but I was DJing loads by then, so I did it as a full-time job for, I don't know, 12 years.
Yeah,
ridiculous,
I mean,
that seems.
You could in Nottingham back in the 90s and early noughties, you could make a living, couldn't you? Just like
yeah, I mean, I
DJing
used to play gigs in Derby and Sheffield as well regularly. So Elmo may have seen me at the Lead Mill or Bed or the Unit. Yeah, but we used to play loads and loads of gigs. Used to play various clubs, most of which are closed down now. But yeah.
We were talking the other night with some mates about the Beetroot Club in Nottingham that is no longer here now. I mean, I don't know what it is now, but it was a fantastic 3-floored venue that I think, well, that's where you used to put nights, didn't you? Two floors,
where
is
is
it?
Beetroot?
Yeah, 2 floors.
Coco Town?
No, that's not it.
It's
That
in
was
the
part
Lace
of the
Market.
bomb. It was... No, it's in the middle of the Lace Market on a place called Broadway, just round the corner.
Opposite Blue, nearly, wasn't it? Yeah.
There was 3 floors, but downstairs was just reception, toilets, just round the corner from Lizard Lounge, and then 2 floors. And I used to run a Friday night there with other people for years. Got a lot of guests that come up and play. And then run a night up there, one of the first drum and bass nights in Nottingham.
Ah, cool. Was that?
Apparently it's a dentist now,
It's a
which has been
dentist.
told by somebody in the room. So there you go.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, they were good times. They were that sort of late 90s, mid 90s. You sort of think mid 90s. Yeah, way before my time. I didn't come here till like 2000, so I missed out on all that. But just caught the back end of like that golden era of bar scenes, and also clubs like the Bomb, places like that, and Blueprint. Yeah.
See, I only got to go to the Bomb a couple of times because by the time I came to Nottingham, it was like in its sort of closing stages, and I really just wish I'd gone every weekend because it was every time I went, I loved it. But obviously, you just never know, do you, when somewhere's about to close, like anywhere that we love. And but I loved it there. I thought it was a great club.
I remember at one of our last parties we did with Mr. Thing. You went up to him and said, "I think I warmed up for you at the Bomb." Like, yeah, two rooms clubs are just brilliant back then because you go for one thing but end up in the back room or wherever and just discovering great new music. Fantastic. So yeah, I mean, it's great to learn about sort of where we all came from and stuff. And with regards to Soul Buggin, I mean, we've covered a lot of stuff in our documentary, which I don't want to go over, but the documentary took us right the way up to our sort of 20th birthday, pretty much, didn't it? And then since then, well, a few things have happened, but I mean, like, looking around Nottingham seems to have changed quite a bit in the past few years. These new venues popping up that have been great, like the Movers, which are in now, the Model down the road and stuff. I mean, what are your sort of thoughts on Nottingham in general now, how things are compared to like perhaps when we first began?
There's a lot less. There's a lot less clubs. There used to be a choice, and you used to be able to look around. There are still clubs, but they're really aimed at students or mainstream stuff. So still to get that underground thing, it's quite hard. But yeah, I mean, there's still things going, and it's still exciting, and there's still new nights coming on. They're not always for me, but then they shouldn't be for me because I'm an old git. So, the young people want to come through and put their own thing on. They don't want me hanging about, innit? So there are still exciting things on, and like Swing Dash Radio is fantastic. I'm not just saying that because I play on it, but there were some really good shows on there, some great DJs, and there were some great collectives around.
And there seems to be more of a sense of community, which has been lacking in Nottingham for a bit, especially with places like this. They're forming like a hub where different crews are cross-pollinating and meeting each other. Because we're quite old, but like kids now are putting on nights and like 18, 9 years old, we're actually meeting them. We're either coming down to our nights or the different Swing Dash events.
Yeah, that's been really good. I think it's probably the scene as in this cross-pollination, the collective of the community, for the first time for, I don't know, 10, 15 years at least. It did used to feel like that, even though they were slightly competitive when you used to, do you go to, Deluxe, the Bomb, or do you go to the Garage? And it used to be that sort of thing back in the days because it was either one or the other. You didn't go to both. But it was. It's interesting. There's a lot less places, but it still feels good and interesting. There's plenty to come and do if you want to find it.
I was thinking also, obviously, I've not been going out much the past few years or DJing, but what I've observed, building on this thing with like Movers and Swing Dash and things like that, is because you're not relying on sort of physical venues all the time. Some of the things will be like radio stations or other kind of places for people to come together. Is that then you end up with the different groups of promoters and DJs and that meeting and mixing and sort of helping each other out, collaborating more. So like we've done some mix-ups, haven't we, with like some of the other crews like Soul Service. I need to say Social Service, but that's Manchester. Soul Service, yeah. And some of the others, that we've got chatting to who sort of see us as like the...
old gits.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to say old gits. Experienced, grown-up promoters, shall we say. And, can lean on us a bit. And also, the ones that are up and coming, we can invite them to come and play with us to sort of give them a bit more... visibility around Nottingham, which I think is really nice and how it should be.
Yeah, I think we should do more of that, more collabs, especially with the younger crews as well, because there's some really.
It's how you stay relevant, I think. Isn't
Absolutely,
it?
Yeah, and you get younger people into your night as well. So
who's sort of in? I've only come back for our gigs now, so it's interesting to hear your opinions of who's flying the flag for what we sort of do and done for 20 odd years, or people before us like Basement Boogaloo and everything like that.
That's a question. It's difficult. There's individual DJs that are playing like the same sort of music we play. There are the odd nights that I'm trying to think of any that are sort of, because we're a bit all over the place, aren't we? We're not one thing or the other.
No. They play probably. Some of them will touch on there, but there's people like obviously the Soul Service lot. There's like Luanga, Trekka. Molly, Mosh, love, she's fantastic. Bianca, who I'm looking at now, is also a fantastic DJ. There are so many really good ones. That obviously, Brad was really good. He's gone down to Bristol now, Paradisco, but he still pops up occasionally. There are so many good DJs all over the place.
Shout to the Revinyl crew as well.
And the other nights, like, Traska's down here playing regularly. Justin, who was just playing before us, does a night here. There are so many good things. The Dirty Disco Sound System puts a lot of stuff on as well. Oh yeah, Blue Soup as well.
Yeah, some good crews. So it's kind of looking promising where we sort of first began. Things have changed. Clubs are closed. One thing I wanted to talk about was after our 20th birthday, we did a couple of parties in a venue we would never ever think of doing it, which is Nottingham's one of the oldest clubs still running, is Stealth. And we'd never think of doing a night in there, but I remember they approached us and we thought, let's go for it. With Mr. Scruff, Arab Roy, Lukuna, and I think I don't know about you guys, how you feel about this, but what made the difference in that place, in a venue we would never normally go, is the crowd. If you change the crowd up from a weekend to bringing in your own people, it makes a world of difference. How do you, we only did 2 parties at Stealth, but we all enjoyed them. What do you think?
Well, I love doing them. I thought, like, it gave us sort of, they were slightly bigger parties than we've put on. We put on a few big parties, but, regular size. The sound system was fantastic. It was a different venue, but I thought they worked so well, and we were getting a slightly different crowd again in there. Although it does feel like every time we play, we get a slightly different crowd. But it felt really good. It felt good. It felt people found us who wouldn't have found us otherwise.
I think, it was easy from our perspective, wasn't it? Because everything was sort of there and ready and reliable equipment, which we don't always get in some venues, or we have to sort of hire our own in. I think it was a great collaboration, and I know the staff there really liked our crowd, didn't they? Because they were dead polite and like saying thank you for their drinks and not throwing up all over the place. So I think they really liked having us there. And I think it worked for, say, like Scruff, where he needs somewhere where he can be very particular with the sound and make sure it's as he wants it, which is fine, that's good integrity. And that was a place where we knew we could achieve that with him. So I think that's another big win, that we've always wanted to have Scruff come and play with us, and that was a way to make it work financially as well. Anything you want to add, Mark?
No, I think, like Righty says, it probably opened the doors to some people that didn't know much about us because of the venue. I personally love them. I know we all did. Nice to do a day one and finish at 10 o'clock and get back from Ash of the Day. But I think, the venue's great, system's great. We can get more people in there than we can do in sort of here or the model we use or anywhere like that. So it's a different club event. But I think because the people we booked, Scruff, Arup, Luke, that made the events as well as us. Well, what did we do? Early doors for 3 hours, 4 hours, and then they took 3-4 hours after that. So I think it's getting the right. I'd love to do more of those, but I think it's getting the right people to strike the balance for what we want and Stealth want for numbers.
So what's your thoughts on it then, Beane?
Well, my thoughts are it's the first venue we've had our own dressing room. I thought, we'll come back here again.
We had a shower in it as well, didn't we?
If you haven't seen the dressing room in Stealth, for DJs, there's 2 rooms, and one of them is as big as my old flat. It's got a kitchen, sofas, TV, shower.
Weirdly, I've had a dressing room at Rock City, and I think the dressing rooms at Stealth are better.
Well, wow, okay.
Flexing there, Roti.
I thought the pies were great, and I thought the venue worked well for the day pies that we're doing. One thing I was particularly impressed with was Mr. Scruff coming down about 4 hours earlier to set up, because he's so particular with his concrete slabs for playing
That's
vinyl.
That's standard though, isn't it? Or sometimes he takes even longer.
But the mad thing is, he goes and DJs after we've done our warm up, plugs in his USB, and I was like, "You're not playing vinyl?" He goes, "No, that's just for you guys." I'm like, "What? We're to play digital." But no, they were good pies. Okay, right, that's enough positivity.
Here we go.
Let's start slagging some things off. No, we're not going to slag things off. One thing I wanted to play with, me and Elmo talked about this, is a version of the BBC TV comedy show, Soul Buggin Room 101. What things would you put in Room 101 that do your head in, either about the scene, music, the industry? No, we're not here to slag people off, but we're just talking about around the houses. Yeah, what sort of things sort of do your head in a bit? Elmo, you go on then.
I'm going first, am I? Should we do like one at a time and then go back round again?
Go on then.
Sort of thing, yeah? Yeah, half an hour. Is that all I've got? Oh, okay. I'll try and trim it down. All right, so my first one is guest list blaggers.
Ah, the old classic.
And that's specific to our night, I think. Because, and I sort of preface this with, it's fine if you want to go around being proud of getting guest lists in places, and it's somewhere that's like, you know, a big hitting festival or a huge corporation of a night where it doesn't touch the surface. But obviously with our night, because we run it at cost and our ticket price reflects the costs, and we don't take a cut, and it all goes back into the next night and the next night, and that's clearly how we managed to make our 20th birthday price so low. With how many DJs was it? 7 guest DJs we had.
Mad, yeah.
And that's the only way we could have done that, is because we had that little bit of money from the previous parties to push into it. So it does grind my gears when people rock up and try and blag it on the door that you know who I am type thing. I mean, obviously, if they're on the DJ's list, then that's fine. That's the DJ's prerogative, the guest DJ. But otherwise, have a think. Give your head a wobble and think about like what you're doing by trying to flex on the door, what you're taking away from the community. And I also would like to kind of give a nod to the people that don't do that. You know, our sort of at-jazzes and Jim Barrons, who could very easily go, don't you know who I am? And they don't. They always pay in. They're good eggs. So, yeah, everyone else, please take note.
Thing is, the guest list blaggers, they're the ones that like never support your night. They
No,
never come.
I know.
Right.
They turn up for somebody specific and then they try it, and because it makes them feel good, but, yeah, don't.
Okay, that can go in Room 101.
Thank you.
Fair play.
Who's going next?
Right, do you want to moan or Mark?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll start.
You can't-
Less BBC 101. I'll go Orwellian on this one. Support from what should be a nighttime industry, which is a massive form of where loads of tax and it gets loads of jobs and it creates loads of money, and yet the prices of the costs of putting these venues on or having these venues open, only to have, you know, complaints from people who've just started moving next door to it because it's a really nice trendy area, suddenly go, oh, we really like it, but we don't like the noise, and there's no support for it. There's supposed to be, you know, a nighttime czar, and nothing ever happened for it. And you look at the amount of money flowing around a city every Friday, Saturday night. You look at the amount of people out and enjoying themselves. It should get better support, but it just gets ignored because they see it as young people, and we're proving quite definitely that it's not always just young people. You know, it's part of an economy, and it should be supported. So, you know, I think, you know, a little bit of a political moan, and this is a cross-party political moan, because this has been going on forever. So, you know, we need someone to actually come out and go, no, we need to support the nighttime industry. We need to support out bars and clubs, and, you know, it's a viable industry, and it needs to be supported.
Yes, that can definitely go in Room 101, because the amount of venues that have like noise complaints, they end up closing down the venue when there's a new block of flats that's... And we've had this sort of venue, is it Trade, the old market bar, that closed down because of noise complaints, even though it's slap bang in the middle.
And even though the bar or club predates it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, it's not their fault, really, is it?
It's happening all over the country, yeah.
Do you want to go next? And then I'll pass to Mark.
I've got quite a long list. Lock the doors, please. Okay, I want to go for... 1 hour guest DJ sets.
Oh, that was mine.
Was it? Okay.
That's what I was going with. Next.
Okay, you'll like this one.
Let's share it then.
No, well, you'll like this one. Yeah, go on. We'll do 1 hour guest
1 hour
DJ
guest
sets. Then.
DJ
Me and Mark can have a good moan.
Yeah.
It's always good to start the night off with a good moan.
I think for me, I'd got it down as events that are putting on 40 odd DJs for 10 hours or something. And by the time they've put the USB in, they're unplugging it. And it's like there's no time for someone to build a night or build the flow. I know we're guilty sometimes. There's 4 of us, and we're doing warm-up slots. So we're doing 30 minutes and cramming it in before we give a DJ a good 3 hours to flex the muscles and show us what they're about and show our crowd what they're about. But I think even an hour is like, no one can get anything out in that time. It's like, it becomes bosh, 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 bosh. Let's play the biggest hits that everyone knows. And there's no breathing space and it's all peaks and troughs. There's no groove to get into anything. I think that's it from my stance anyway. It's just like,
I think
let DJs play for a lot longer sets.
Also, when you think about the cost of DJs, how much they're charging now, just to come down and play for an hour is pretty mad. I guess one of the things we've all been fairly proud of is, throughout the past 20 years, we generally I've just had one guest play, and that's for at least 3 hours normally, and let it breathe, and that's it. Let a DJ do their thing. So yeah, I
think even on the 20th birthday party, they played for more than an hour, didn't they?
Yeah, 2 hours.
2
at
hours.
least, yeah.
But Jams, do you remember Jams was like quite pleasantly surprised because I think she'd been used to getting booked for kind of half hour or an hour sets when she jammed Supernova, and she played for quite a long time, and she was like, "Oh, this is great! I really get to open up and just go for it." Normally, I've got like Giles butting me off the decks.
I think she had, like Right said, 3 hours in the end, which is great. Yeah, cool. Okay, 1 hour guest DJ sets, they go in. Right, I'll have.
Is everything going in?
Well, actually, no. Actually, yeah, you've got to agree on it. I guess. Can that?
We need like a little soundbite of something getting put in through, like 101.
Okay, my other one then.
Get a vote from the audience.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we should do.
It's in. Thanks very much. Yeah, audience say it's all in at the moment.
Okay, mine is bongo and saxophone players over DJs. What is going on? This needs to be addressed. I just can't get my head around it. I mean,
so for reference, you're talking about where somebody's on the decks playing probably house music, and then they get a live instrumentalist or percussionist who does jams over the top.
Yes, because those records need more
because they need more shit.
They need more stuff over the top of them. Yeah, I'd never understood it.
Weirdly, I agree with it mostly, but I was quite good friends with Shovel years ago before he was in M People, and if it's done properly, it can be done really good. Mostly, it's not done properly, and I think that's the problem. He was really, really good. He knew the music. He knew what he was doing. He was a great percussionist. We're getting barracked from the audience here. This may not go in. Hang on. Yeah, they did used to do a progress.
Steward's inquiry.
We're not sure this one's going in, Beanie. So I've slightly objected, but yeah.
Which venue? So after Mansfield.
Yeah. What is it that you don't like about? Is it because it makes everything too busy?
One, it's too busy. Two, when these records are made, sometimes disco records with full orchestras or whatever, it doesn't need to be done. You don't need any more on it.
So maybe the compromise is just be careful about which tunes people jam over.
Maybe. I think what it is certain promoters haven't got the confidence or worried about just putting a DJ on. They think they need something else, so some more bells and whistles over the top of it. And that's why we end up in the situation we have. No, it's okay. That's good. We're getting some good opinions from the audience. But you know what I'd love to...
You got your saxophone.
I wonder what the record is for the most amount of instruments over a DJ. So maybe this one's going on the fence then, because we're not really in agreement. No, maybe. Okay. Right. Elmo, do you have another?
Yeah, sorry, I've got a fly in my wine. I'm focusing on trying to get it out, but that'll wait. Okay, second one. I'm between two. I'm going to go with requests where people say, I'm looking for a female DJ.
Oh, okay.
And I know that sounds a bit upside down because you think that's great that they are asking for a female DJ. We need more visibility of female DJs, absolutely. However, if you are a female DJ, that makes you a bit suspicious because you think, why are they not asking for somebody specific? They're just asking for somebody of a certain gender. And then when you dig a bit deeper, usually it's because they're trying to diversify their lineup, and so you're more of a tokenistic feature on the lineup. And I suppose my kind of positivity to kind of finish with it is do your research. Like if you want to diversify your lineup, work out who's going to fit said lineup. do some research. That's what the internet is wonderful for. You know, SoundCloud and Mixcloud and all those other places. You can find people, you can listen to their mixes, and you can work out who's going to suit your night. And then you can approach that female, and then she knows that, you know, you actually want her, and you're not just trying to add a female to your lineup.
So, generally you don't hear someone say, we're looking for a male DJ.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we will. It'll all tip on its head, and we need a token male.
The thing is, it is getting better. It is getting better as the years roll on. I mean,
it's getting more. It's definitely getting more diverse, but I still see those requests popping out where people that are just not really thinking it through, and it's just laziness, isn't it? It's people just going, "Oh, we've got too many sausages on this lineup. We need to diversify a bit. Quick, find a woman that can step in."
Okay, well, that gets my vote. Yeah, that can go in for me.
Absolutely, 100%.
Righty, do you want to?
Well, I wasn't sure. There was a couple of things, but then as I was driving here, I went past the Ice Arena and I saw Pete Tong's Ibiza Classics at
Here we go.
Ice Arena.
Here we go.
So 7,000 people to listen to oldies. Now, you know, I like old music. I play old music, but I don't just play old music. There's new stuff coming out all the time. Why limit yourself and why sell out like that? It seems ridiculous to me. I mean, it also relates to this disco for grown-ups night that's on. I mean, why clubs should be for grown-ups, because surely that's the opposite of what they're intended to. You stop being a grown-up, you lose yourself in it, you have a laugh. So we don't just want to hear music all the time. I certainly don't. I know I certainly stopped going to a very well-known weekender because I knew 95% of the tunes. I owned about 50% of them. So I found it not exciting anymore. So I want to go somewhere and hear something new. So, you know, oldies, classics nights, and especially massive venues like that.
The thing is,
it's not clubbing, is it?
No, the whole orchestra thing has gone mental now, hasn't it?
Yeah, then the orchestra's another thing on top of that.
I mean, you got garage classics, drum and bass classics, all done in big orchestras. I mean,
I can't even talk about that. I find it too upsetting.
It makes me twitch. My eyes start going.
I mean, there are some examples where it does work and it can, but a lot of great dance music was made on very basic computers and wasn't supposed to have that sort of treatment. But yeah, I don't know. There's some orchestra stuff I like, some of it not so sure on. I'm not sure about that.
Ooh, right, you're in trouble. Is this because I wouldn't let your one go?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Fair enough. Right, you get another go then.
Okay, I'm going to finish on a very surreal one, actually, really surreal. Okay, here we go. Other DJs making your own records sound better when they play them. Well, you know, those times you're out on the dance floor and you think, what is this record? It sounds amazing. And you go, I've got this, but it don't sound like this. We've all been there. I mean, mad. And we've all had those records where, like, you're searching for something you've heard on a dance floor and you've had it for 15 years or whatever. You know what I mean?
Isn't that programming, though? That's programming in a nutshell.
That is
the
programming.
flow that it just is put in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Whereas, not saying you have not put it in the sweet spot. Could have been anyone. We all do it. Where we sometimes it's like I've done that with Scruff a lot, where I've listened to his set and there'll be something I'll go, oh, this is amazing, and I'll Shazam it or go and talk to him about it, and then I get it and then I try and put it in the set and I'm like, it doesn't sound as good. I'm not doing it. It's because Scruff is the master of flow and programming, isn't he?
Yeah. It's how you play them, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
We've got one more.
Yes, go for it, Mark.
Where do I go? I've got a couple in my head. I think one was the over social media that DJs are doing, and by that I'm talking about. I love the fact that DJs are putting records on the decks and educating people about the music and everything like that. That's brilliant. But now it's gone to the next level where they're filming themselves behind the decks at home, dancing around, pulling faces like Joe Classell, and it's just like, hang on a minute. It may be me. That's not for me. I'm not like that. It's like I play the tunes, and for me, it's the dance floor's bigger than DJ all the time, which probably links into my other one, which is the over-focus on the DJ at a night rather than the night and the dance floor.
Yeah.
For me, the dance floor is always bigger than the DJ, and
Yeah.
I think it's evolved over the last 20, 30 years, I suppose, probably from the rave scene, where DJs were centre stage and the focus was on those, and everyone's gone into the mobile phone world where they're filming Netflix videos of people spinning tunes rather than the best nights. For me, I don't take any photos or videos because I'm in the music zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's become more performance-led. Not saying about throwing cakes and stuff like that, but I think it's more the focus on everyone's focused on one person on the stage.
Yeah.
Whereas me and Righty, being from a different era, we're probably in dark booths up above the dance floor. No one can see you, and it's all about what you're playing. And the dancers are facing each other, facing different parts of the room, rather than everyone's forward with the phones on. It's just like, I can't get my head around that. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, I was talking to someone the other night. When I used to play at Beirut at the top floor there, the decks were set up so you'd face the wall, so they didn't look at you, which was probably quite lucky. But I used to have to turn around to see the dance floor to see what was going on. But you know, that's part of the fun. And then there was a club in Sheffield called the Unit, where the DJ booth was up really high. I remember going to see DJ Spen there, and I think it took me an hour and a half to work out where he was. I didn't care, I was just interested. But everyone was just dancing without actually looking at him because they couldn't see him.
Do you remember we went to see DJ Harvey
I was
in
just
London?
thinking about that,
Were you thinking about that? Yeah, and it was like he really wasn't very visible at all. He was obviously there, and he could see the crowd, and he could read the crowd, but there was no light sort of over him and no focus on him. It was just like a few times in the night, you'd just get one spotlight that just reminded you that there was a live DJ. But otherwise, and it did have an effect, you know, people were kind of... They weren't all facing one way, were they? It was like a bit freer and more enjoyable, I think.
I like the that particular night in, was it XOYO? I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was. I really like the sound in there.
It was great.
Really good
and
sound.
he was DJing where it was pretty much pitch black, but occasionally when certain parts of the records would come on, like Harry Thuman Underwater.
Yeah, it was Underwater,
the spotlights
wasn't
would go, vroom, come on, and like, you'd suddenly see, and then it'd fade again, and that'd be it. And it was great.
It was like, I'm still here, but don't look at me too much.
Yes, okay, that was Soul Buggin Room 101. Some good choices. Right, to wind up, going to play a game called What's Your Favourite? Don't worry, it's all right. Me and Elmo have tested it. Okay, I've each given you a subject. Okay.
All right, okay. I need my
So,
phone for this.
Mark, I've given you vocalists. Elmo's got DJs. Wright has got record labels, and I've got producers. Okay, so to show you what I mean, Elmo's can go first. I'll give you.
What, you're going to read them to me, or I've got to read mine to you?
I'll read them to you, okay?
Okay, go on then.
So basically, I will tell you two artists, or whatever your subject is, and you
pick
got
the
to
one
choose
you...
it.
Yeah.
Right, so Elmo, this all of you is going to cause you a bit of hassle because you're going to have some mental gymnastics going on in your head. But Elmo, to start off, Moody Man or Theo Parrish?
Moody Man.
Moody Man or Dave Lee?
Moody Man.
Moody Man or Hot Toddy?
Moody Man.
Moody Man or Al Kent?
Moody Man.
Moody Man or DJ Spinner?
Spinner.
DJ Spinner or Benji B?
Spinner.
DJ Spinner or Floating Points?
Oh, that's really tricky. Floating Points.
Floating Points or Louis Vega?
Louis Vega.
Louis Vega or Domu?
Domu.
Domu or Mr. Scruff?
Ah! Oh, no. My poor brain. Mr. Scruff.
Here's the big one. Mr. Scruff or Kenny Dope?
Oh, no. Kenny Dope.
Kenny Dope or Digo?
Digo.
Digo or Daniel Moore?
Daniel Moore. Every time.
Daniel Moore or Jam Supernova?
Daniel Moore.
Daniel Moore or Alex Nutt?
Still Danny Moore.
Danny Moore or Andrew Weatherall?
Danny Moore.
Okay, and to finish up,
I
Daniel
can see her
Moore.
smiling somewhere.
I know where this is going to go. Daniel Moore or Chris Duckenfield?
Sorry, Danny. Chris Duckenfield.
Oh, okay. In the last one. Okay. Righty. Record labels.
Okay, go
Get ready. Strictly Rhythm or West End?
West End.
West End or Prelude?
West End.
West End or Claremont 56?
West End.
West End or 2000 Black?
West End.
West End or True Thoughts?
West End.
West End or Soundway?
West End.
West End or Strut Records?
West End.
Okay, I'll see how this is going. Right, something's coming big. Let's get this off. West End or Philadelphia International?
Philly.
Philadelphia International or Leng Records?
Philly.
Philly or Underground Resistance?
Philly.
Philly or Winding Road?
Philly.
Philly or Neuphonic Records?
Philly.
Philly or Eglo Records?
Philly.
Philly or Paper Recordings?
Ooh. I'd say Philadelphia International still holds it.
Okay, that's. I mean, there's some big ones.
The only one that would beat them, you didn't ask me about Soul Soul.
Oh yes. Is
Soul Soul might have beaten it.
Is that your favourite?
Soul Soul and West End and Philly are three of my favourite labels ever.
Okay.
Just for me growing up, that was what got me heavily into the music.
Right, Mark, your turn. You have vocalists.
We'll go on then.
Billy Paul or Marvin Gaye?
Marvin.
Marvin Gaye or Gene Khan?
Marvin.
Marvin or Phyllis Hyman?
Marvin.
Marvin or Marlena Shaw?
Marvin.
Marlena Shaw or Chaka Khan?
Marvin's had a good run. Let's go Chaka.
Chaka Khan or Dionne Warwick?
Dion all day.
Dionne Warwick or Stevie Wonder?
Stevie.
Stevie Wonder or Roberta Flack?
Stevie.
Stevie Wonder or Bill Withers?
Stevie.
Stevie Wonder or Lolita Holloway?
Bringing the tough ones out now. Stevie's had a run. Let's go Loletta.
Lolita Holloway or Diana Ross?
Still Loletta.
Loletta or Lou Rawls?
Lou.
Lou Rawls or Teddy Pendergrass?
Teddy.
Teddy Pendergrass or Gladys Knight?
Gladys all day.
Gladys Knight or Patti LaBelle?
Gladys.
Gladys or Sylvia Striplin?
Gladys.
And Gladys or Isaac Hayes?
Gladys.
Oh, good run, good run. Okay.
Right, so you've got producers. Are you
Okay,
ready?
Right, go.
Okay. Going in hard first. Digo or Domu?
Oh, fuck's sake. Digo.
Digo or Kate Renada?
Digo.
Digo or Kyle Hall?
Digo.
Digo or Shy One?
Digo.
Digo or DJ Spinner?
Go on then, let's go Spinner.
Way! Okay. Moody Man or Masters at Work?
Fucking hell. Mass at Work. Got to say that, haven't I, actually?
Masters at Work or Crooked Man?
Mass at Work.
Masters at Work or Con?
Mass at Work.
Masters at Work or DJ Nature?
Mass at Work.
Masters at Work or Mr. Scruff?
Mass at Work. It's
Nice.
got to be. It's got to be.
Okay, Kyoto Jazz Massive or Jazzanova?
Jazzanova.
Jazzanova or Idjit Boys?
Idjit Boys.
Idjit Boys or At Jazz?
Idjit Boys.
Idjit Boys or Restless Soul?
Idjit Boys.
Cool. Tall Black Guy or Georgia Ann Muldrow?
Tall black guy.
Tall Black Guy or Jay Dilla?
Jay Dilla.
Jay Dilla or Theo Parrish?
Theo Parrish.
Theo Parrish or Ashley Beadle to finish?
Ashley Beadle all day long.
Woo!
Okay, right. Okay, I'm exhausted after that. So, yeah, that's been an episode of Night Creatures, episode 8, which is going to be available in June on the Leftlion Spotify. If anyone's got any questions to ask, you can ask us before we go, but probably not, maybe.
Any questions from anyone? Don't be shy. No, that's all right. What would you like? We're not telling you off. What would you like to ask?
I just want to know, what your thoughts were on progress.
Progress.
No, I'm friends with all the guys from Progress. Russell, Rob, a lot of them. I used to go when it was Mansfield. Then I went on doing my thing, but I've got no issues with the Progress boys. I still speak to Rob quite a lot now.
Are they still going Progress?
No. Russell's moved away now. Rob's still in Derby. Hot to trot and everything. So it was Mansfield with Renaissance on another night. And then they moved it to Derby on Friegate and probably did the Conservatory as well when Renaissance were in there. So, yeah, I've got a lot of respect for them. I've got a lot of time for them. Still speak to Rob quite frequently. Rob Webster, good mate. No issues with those. I wasn't dissing them earlier. It was just like when you're going on about sax players and bongo players, it's like, oh no. But yeah, they did it, and other venues do it, but I think right hit the nail on the head. It's like do it at the right time and the right person. Otherwise, it's just I've seen them, and it's just overkill, and they're playing over the top of music that wasn't made for that, wasn't designed. The producer didn't even design it around that, and they're trying to add to it. It's like, doesn't need it. Just let the music breathe on its own.
Okay.
Have we run out of time? Otherwise, I had a good one.
Yeah.
I was thinking it might be nice to think about sort of future direction, plans, thoughts, anyone's kind of reflections on where we go next, what we do, what we'd like to do, whether that's who we have guesting or where we'd like to play, or whether we start running a festival. Joking.
I quite like Beane's idea. Getting a lot of the other collectives in Nottingham, there's some great up-and-coming younger people. And, get involved with that. That would be fantastic.
That's a great idea, yeah.
Yes, a good idea.
I have a confession to make. After the 20th birthday, if you guys had turned around and said, you know what, I've had enough, let's call it a day, I'd have been all right with that, because I was so focused on that 20th birthday. I didn't want to finish on 19 years, I want to get to 20. And then since then, I thought, well, let's have a breather. But in the years, which is only like a couple of years ago, a lot seems to have happened in Notts, particularly with this place, Movers, The Model, Swing Dash Radio, and there's a community which there wasn't necessarily there 10 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever. So 5 years ago, yes, I've got like I feel like a new lease of life, a new sort of passion, especially meeting all these new people, the younger people that are coming down as Soul Buggin as well. So I don't know about the future. As we keep going when it feels right, I suppose. If it doesn't feel right, we sort of stop.
I'd like us to do another. Remember, we used to do like good family daytime sessions,
Yeah.
and we haven't done one of those for a while. And that'd be really nice.
We
to
could do them here.
because then I can maybe come back a bit more. So that would be nice, because we used to do it in like Rough Trade and a couple of other places, didn't we? But yeah, here would work really well, I think.
Obviously, my kids are a bit old for bringing them
Yeah,
down
yours
now.
are grown up now.
Yeah, that was great. They were great, but yeah.
I think the barbecue days at Moog should be built right. Different venue.
Barbecue.
Barbecue days at Moog all days. Righty smashing hell out of it at 4 p.m.
Yeah, there was like 12-hour parties. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, that would
At Jazz
kill
and
me
Kev
now.
Beadle on the same day, and it's just like madness.
That would
for
literally
a
kill me.
fiver. All do.
Yeah, it's finding the venues, isn't it? But yeah, I don't know. Just keep rolling. Elmo, what are your thoughts?
Well, I already said mine.
Did you?
I was saying about the family
I've only
sessions.
had one, dear. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Right.
And there
Cool.
it ends.
Okay, well that's it's been great. Thanks for coming. I say thanks for coming, guys. We've got a party to do. We're going to play some records now, and yeah, just have a little dance and a boogie. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye now.